Hello again, I am Jim Bob. Welcome back to Jimsville. Some more Cities Skyline action here on the PS4. And as you can see, we are having very, very large traffic queues here. Everyone flooding into the newly zoned areas here with all the high density. You can hear a lot of pinging going on in the background. A lot of buildings are leveling up and extending their height and redeveloping. There's one there, look. We still have a few unclaimed spots of land available as well, so while this area continues to do this, continues to sort of settle in and settle down, we are going to end up with some pretty horrendous traffic. You can see it's really starting to stretch a long way back now. It's a little more than our little junction can handle, really. I mean, we are single lane traffic once we enter the city. And even though we have double lane feeding in, yeah, they're all feeding into the same lane because they're all going to be going into the same lane. So we could expand this and make it even wider, but there isn't much point because they're all going in exactly the same direction to exactly the same location. So we would need to expand this road here, running down the centre, to have any major kind of impact on the traffic speed coming into the city. However, the problem with that is, firstly, we have bus stops. Let's see if we can find a bus stop. I know there are some down here somewhere. Was it this road, or maybe it was a side road? I could have sworn it was this road here. Somewhere along here, I'm sure we have bus stops. That might be one there, actually. We've got a bench with some people sat waiting. Let's look, see if we can find a large crowd. Maybe even see a bus stopping somewhere around here. Well, there's a bus. Is it going to stop anywhere? Maybe there aren't any bus stops down here then. But the other problem we do have is that there are pre-set important buildings that are going to potentially cause some issues. Let's have a look and see what they might be. So, in terms of healthcare, you can see where our health buildings are. We have ourselves... Is that a medical practice or is that a hospital? I think that's a medical practice. Yeah, we could do with actually putting a proper hospital in. Let's see, do we have a big hospital? We have one over there. We have a small surgery over there. So we need to update over here. We need to put a proper hospital in somewhere. Let's check out fire services. So we have a fire service there, a proper fire station. We don't have any of the smaller fire depots over here. We've got one there. What about police? We have a police station here on the corner, a proper police HQ by the look of it. We don't have any of these smaller stations over here. That is on the main road coming in. Let's check out education. So we have a small school there and a small school there. We have high schools there and there. And we have a university there, and that as well is going to stop us from being able to develop this road. We would need to relocate that building somewhere else. So let's slow time down. Look at that traffic. That's insane. A lot of people are complaining about garbage as well. So, oh, we've got someone dead over here. It looks as though the the traffic is so bad it's stopping our health services from getting through. So we're going to need to reposition certain things. So we're going to start eating into some of these districts, well, some of these zones down here, and possibly up here as well. Start relocating some of those buildings so that we can increase the amount of traffic that our main road can handle, or at least edit it a little bit. So first things first, what I want to do is relocate this. I'm worried that the pollution is going to spread to these houses here and might potentially cause some health issues. So we're going to pick that up and we're going to relocate that back over here. I know we initially had it here and then moved it. I thought it might help. It doesn't seem to have helped. Plus we also have a bit of a shortfall of garbage trucks. So we're going to stick another one in next to it as well. So we're really improving our capabilities. We don't have anything over here that's connected to anything, so that power cable is technically kind of obsolete. But because these do generate power, what I'm going to do is, even though I don't need to keep these areas you know, running because they generate their own power, I'm going to connect them to the power grid there, so that any power that these generate also gets fed into the main grid over here, which will also get fed into the main grid over here and so on and so forth. So it just increases the amount of electricity that we're producing for our main city area. Let's just take a quick look over here. You see we're having garbage issues over there and over here as well. So we have the one unit over here. Let's see what its full level is down to now. It's down to 9%, so we're not far off being able to actually get rid of that landfill completely. I'm not ready to put a second one of these in over here just yet. Although with that industrial area there, we probably could and should do. So yeah, let's put a second incinerator in over here as well. Just to really sort that out. This person here, this house, is very unhappy about the increased pollution in the area. Can't say I blame them, so we may need to dezone the immediate vicinity. We'll see if things clear up a bit once this landfill is removed. Everything over here is looking pretty nice. You know, it's all sort of low density zoning over here, so it's definitely got a more of a sort of a suburban kind of feel to it. It's not a major sort of built-up area. Not like over here where we have high-rises absolutely everywhere dominating the sort of landscape. So let's start moving some of those buildings that are going to cause us some issues. So first things first, where is our university? There it is. This is the big one. So this is the one we need to relocate first. And I'm going to drop it just there, like that. Now that's upset all of these people, and I'm not entirely sure why, but actually, let's just move that across a little bit more. Oh no, it hasn't upset them, it's made them happy. Well, some happy, some unhappy. So yeah, a little odd. I'm not entirely sure why that's upsetting some people. I'm hearing sort of a bell knocking, which makes me think that people are dying. Not entirely sure what that bell sound effect signifies just yet. Doesn't look like there's any illnesses going around anywhere. But we've moved our university, so next up we need to look to see what else might need to be moved. So let's go back to education. I think there was a school over here that needed moving. We've got to look at the main road coming in here, and we're actually okay on those buildings. So let's check high schools. We're okay there. That one is going to need to move, so this elementary. So let's go back to inspector mod. Well, inspector. Let's pick this up, and where can we move this to? Let's relocate that into here. Let's try and do it where we can disrupt as few houses as possible. Again, we're getting some people happy, some people unhappy. about having a school put in there. Maybe they're just worried about traffic. Right, so let's check our other services again. Let's check police. Yes, we have a police station on the main road here. That is going to need to relocate as well. So we'll push that back a level, I think. Relocate that to here. It's a space already occupied. That'll be because of the police station already being where it is, I think. Unless that's something. That might be the fire service just there, actually, next to it. Yeah, that's our fire service next to it, so that's why we don't have the space to drop it in next door. Unless, maybe, can we relocate this just a little bit? Can we push this across? No, that's kind of pretty much right. Well, we can push it across one block. That might be enough. No, it's not. Let's move this here out the way first of all. And now it's moved. Let's see, can we now put it in next to... No, it just doesn't want to drop in that space, does it? So what is that? Oh, that's our health clinic, isn't it? Yeah, there's a clinic there. So that's why we can't drop it in there. So we definitely are going to need to move this somewhere else. How about over here, perhaps? No. There it can go. So we'll drop it there. They're very happy. And a load of unhappy people as well. Again, not entirely sure what. Maybe it's because we're destroying commercial. Maybe that's why some people are showing, you know, misery faces. Let's actually push it right into the corner. Yeah, a real mixed bag of responses there. So, any other police buildings that need to be moved? That one's okay. That's the only one actually. So we could probably do with building a small police station as well. Can we find somewhere to put that? I don't want to put anything along here until we've redeveloped the road. So we might come back and revisit that later. Fire service. That's not on that main road. It's the only one that's over here. We do have one over there as well, so we're okay on that. We don't have anything else to worry about. And let's check healthcare. So again, it's not on the main road, but we could really do with a hospital. How big is the hospital? Very big. So big, in fact, that it's not going to fit once we redevelop the road. At least not there anyway, so... Yeah, we'll have to have a serious think about what we're going to do with our hospital. Oh, we've hit a milestone, 10,000 people, so that's unlocked the hydro power plant, the train station, and the cargo train station. Excellent. Right. Train station was what I was really hoping for. So we're okay on healthcare issues, so let's now try and change that road. So we're going to go to 2 lanes, or 4 lanes. The question is, what type of road do we put in? If we put in either of these are pretty much exactly the same as is this, but this actually has decorative trees down the middle, which will help kind of potentially dissipate some of that noise. This would mean going to single lane traffic, but having a dedicated bus lane. All of these cars that are parked along here, they're going to get kicked off. They're all going to have to move. That's a given. So it's going to completely restructure some of the layout. And also, by putting in a wider road, it's going to downgrade the size of some of these buildings that's along here as well. But now we're kind of at the point where we need to feed in the traffic a little bit better. Let's go with 4 lane with decorative trees. So let's go to upgrade, and let's start dropping in our new road. And you can see that we're having to tear down buildings because we're reducing the size of zoning available from 4 squares down to 3. Which is why we had to move those certain buildings, because you can't just tear them down They are solid. They have to stay there until you move them. So that should now hopefully help with some of the traffic. You see people running all over the place since we've relocated that. But that should hopefully help with traffic a little bit more. So let's speed time up again. You can see some of these commercials are starting to rebuild already at a smaller size, 3 deep rather than 4 deep. So that'll hurt us a little bit in terms of the amount of commercial that we have, but again, we're having quite bad traffic problems. Looks as though we are still having cars parked on the side of the road, but as long as we have enough space for 2 lanes of traffic to move, I don't really mind that too much. Yeah, you can see some of these junctions are a little bit chaotic. This is something that we are going to have to really be wary of going forward, is making sure that we have space and we don't place things next to roads that we are planning to upgrade in the future. But hopefully that'll actually improve the flow of traffic in here a little bit more. You see, again, we're still just running single file in here. A lot of people are turning off to come down here. So where are they going once they get down here? Let's try and follow some of these guys and see where they're going. Oh no, they're splitting. They're just going either straight on or turning off. So ideally, maybe, if that's the case, how about in the run-up into the town, we actually change that to 6 lanes, like that. So now we have a lane for turning left, a lane for turning right, and a lane for going straight on. That might speed up traffic a little bit until we obviously hit this junction. Then it's going to be a little bit chaotic again. You hear all those buildings pinging, look. See all those little arrows pointing up. Well, the commercial desire has definitely gone down again. That's good to see. Yeah, we've recovered from those changes that we made. There's a bus stop. Look, you can see the road indents in. A load of people queuing and waiting. Maybe that's why everyone sort of moved as well, because we started putting in different junctions. Again, you can see the buildings here upgrading themselves. Traffic does seem to be improving a little bit. We're getting a lot of traffic wanting to turn right. Let's see if we can follow where some of these guys are going. Yeah, they're all moving into this kind of rezoned block all the way over here. You can see we've got houses that are like pinging like crazy. Some of these blocks are getting bigger and bigger every time we look over here. Those gaps that we saw at the beginning of the episode, they're gone. There's another one redeveloping, look. Adding an extra few stories in. Here's another one that's going up. And another one there as well. So until this area kind of settles down, I think we're just going to have to live with bad traffic. But at least putting in those extra lanes there is helping to push the traffic through a little bit faster. It's certainly helping to ease some of the queues there. And we can actually see we are making a difference. You know, the queues are only going as far as the ramp. Although with the sun coming back up, more traffic does seem to be feeding in again. So maybe we are going to start seeing a bit of a queue over there again. Let's go and have a look at Emerald Valley. We are not getting enough water over here by the look of it. It's a little bit intermittent now. Is that because we don't generate enough? It is. All those increases that we're making to the housing and the redevelopment over there is just meaning that we are flooding this area with even more sewage. So we're going to have to put another outlet pipe over here. And we're going to need another intake pipe over here as well, just to increase the amount that we can put in. Now let's connect those up. There we go. So water's improved, and wait for sewage to improve. There we go. So they're now much, much healthier than they were again, which is good. That'll solve the water issues that we're having over there. We're having, again, another big demand spike for commercial, but we're getting a big demand spike for industry. So let's zone in a little bit more here in Emerald Valley. Let's add in the rest of that section there and all of that section there. And we'll also zone in that section there as well. And we have got fire services over here. I think to help the emergency services out, what we're going to do is add a connecting road here. Oh, we're still on upgrade. Change to straight. There we go. And hopefully that'll allow the emergency services to get through here a little bit quicker. It may also help disperse some of the residential traffic that seems to be taking that shortcut, and maybe even a little bit with some of the industrial traffic, the farm traffic from over here as well. Rather than feeding into this slow bottleneck junction area over here, they can spin up this way, cut across, and bypass some of those queues. Yeah, you can see our industrial area is really filling up, and this is how slow we've been getting over here. We have had a building burned down, so we'll have to remove that. And there goes another one. Where are our emergency services? Are they stuck in traffic? Or do we just simply not have enough over here? It's probably we don't have enough over here. So what do we have over here? We have a small police station there. Where's our fire service? Just there. Right, let's put in a much larger fire service than the small one that we have here. So let's destroy that and put in a proper fire station. And we're going to put that just there on that corner. And then opposite that, we're going to put our police station. We're going to put a proper police headquarters in just there. So now we can remove that there. See, they're miserable. We've just dropped that one in anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Medical facilities over here. What do we have? I know we have Hilltop Hospital just there. I suppose we could put a smaller practice in over here somewhere. We are looking a little bit sparse on this part, so let's maybe drop a small hospital area or a clinic in just here, like so. That'll just help ease that one in a bit. We don't need a full-size hospital over here. Oh, that building has burnt down, as expected. Clear that off. We still have demand for more industry. And we've still got the rest of that section just there to go. So I'm not going to zone in anymore just yet. There's our fire service there, hard at work. Yeah, that little crossroad that we put in there, that little side road there, has definitely helped ease some of the traffic flow around here, which is good to see. Oh, there we go. It's empty. These green rings mean that this is now empty, so we can now actually move this, or if we want to, which I want to, we can actually just get rid of it completely. And that immediately has made these guys very happy. Once this smog thins a little bit, it's going to obviously still keep getting thrown out because of these incinerators. That will, you know, help ease a little bit of the pollution over here, and it will definitely improve land values a little bit as well. People calling out for workers. We're absolutely fine on residential right now. It's still pinging over here, but it's slowed down a bit, I think. Let's check our traffic levels again. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we've cleared pretty much all of our traffic now, thanks to the area kind of settling down and the introduction of extra lanes that's had a big impact, I think. Getting a little bit of a bottleneck over here, but that's this commercial traffic for you, unfortunately. At some point, I think we may end up tearing this whole district down and rebuilding it from scratch. But until then, yeah, we'll leave as is. We're not going to expand down here just yet. What we are going to do, though, is we are going to try and set up a railway line. So let's slow time down and then pause. And let's go to transport. So here we go, we have trains. So we have a train station which allows us to put in a commuter line, and we also have a cargo terminal. Now the cargo terminal is obviously going to feed these two areas here, so I want the station to kind of reflect that locationally. I'm also very wary of the amount of increased traffic, so before we drop that in, I am going to expand back to 2 lanes over here. So let's go to upgrade, and let's extend how long this double lane runs down, all the way down to the edge of our farm district like that. And what I'm going to do is place, go to straight. There we go. We're going to place a road coming off this way, and we may need to change this to double lane as well, because we're going to be building a cargo centre, effectively. But we'll put that there like that. And now let's go to cargo terminal. And I want that there like that. And what I'm also going to try and do is actually have a feeder road into each industry as well. So let's go from here straight up, and we've got the spacing absolutely spot on that one. That's quite handy. And then from here we need to bring that down a bit. So what we need to do is just move this across a little bit. Let's put that there, like that. We're going to get rid of these power lines by doing this. But now we're going to add a feeder road from here down there as well. And hopefully that'll help ease traffic around here. And just to really make sure we're okay, we're actually going to put in some 6-lane. Where's standard? There it is. Just around this bit here. Oh, we need to move this. So let's relocate that there temporarily. And let's put our 6-lane in. Let's go to upgrade. I think this should work. And we'll switch that to double lane as well, just as a preventative. Oh, that's with bus lanes. There we go. That's kind of a preventative measure there. But hopefully those 6 lanes will be fine. One thing I have noticed is if you have an island separating your lanes of traffic like that, then the traffic won't go across those strips in the middle. They won't go across the median. Whereas if you have no median like this, the traffic will just pull off and cut across the road to pull into a business. So that's a useful little thing to be aware of there. And let's now relocate our station where we actually want it. So zoom out a bit so I can see what I'm doing. And we want that about there, like so. And now we need to connect this up to the railway line, which is just over there. So we're going to go with freeform and drag the railway line out like so. Kind of get it to go square on. And now I'm going to change to curved. Try and get this to curve onto that track there, if I can. I will that way, but it won't the other way. So let's try freeforming it instead. We might just be a little bit too close. Yeah, we freeform it, we can get it to go. And now let's do the same going the other way. Let's try attacking from this angle instead this time. It doesn't want to feed in. What if we try doing it like that? That works. It's a little clunky. That isn't connected properly, I think. Let's take that out. Let's try that again. We'll actually straighten that piece up as well. So we'll actually build off the line first. So let's go straight. You can't go straight, it would appear. Alright, so let's go freeform then. It looks like it's always going to be freeform. We'll start with this piece here, and we're going to curve this out as best we can. Oh, we can't just do a straight curve out, so let's drop that line out like that. Let's see if we can connect. Going in this way, so that's about the same direction. So we can curve that in there. And can we curve this into there? Kind of. So we need to remove that. That works. So we do actually have track there. You can see the crossing there, and the crossover there, and the crossover there. So we now have a connected station, at least in terms of track. We broke our power connection, so we need to put our power lines back in. Let's relocate where these wires are. So let's drop that line to there. So, and then that's actually on the road. We can't put it there, but what we can do is we can connect there to there, like that. Let's try and keep it straight if we can. Fine control is a little bit tricky. There we go. So that should clear that connection up straight away. Should do, but doesn't seem to be. We also... Oh, there we go. Yep, the power grid's kicking back in again. We need to add some water. So let's just draw a simple, quick, short pipe just up there like that. And that should deal with our water issues. And there we go. We have a connected railway line. We're going to end the episode here because we have run just a touch over. And in the next episode, we should hopefully start seeing some traffic moving around on our freight line. So thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I will see you all again with some more Jimsville City Skylines very soon.